YouTube, it's Above Average Cody, and it is absolutely no secret, no matter what game you play, no matter what you are into, gaming just does not feel quite as fun as it did back in the day. Thinking back to the days of Halo 3, Black Ops 2, even single-player games like Fallout and Skyrim, I would wake up on a Saturday morning, play for 6 to 8 hours straight with absolutely no breaks and no remorse about spending that much time in gaming. But nowadays, it seems like no matter what you play, I can't get all of my friends to agree on a game. There's not one resounding game that everybody wants to play and is hopping on a play. And today I want to do a little conversation piece on why I feel that is, because I feel like there's a lot of gears turning and a lot of different factors that kind of lay into the gaming landscape just feeling pretty stale and pretty spread out altogether. Now, and the first point here, in no particular order, guys, games that come out nowadays do not feel complete. And I mean, this doesn't just refer to Halo Infinite, but pretty much every game. I first started feeling this in Call of Duty Vanguard when ranked play came out, 6 or 7 months into the game, which was purely what I looked forward to every single new Call of Duty. Games feel incomplete. They feel like all of the content is not there at launch, or all of these content updates are fun for like 2 days and then just gets pretty stale or pretty boring overall. Is it just we're so used to absorbing so much content that we just take it in and then want to move on to the next thing? Or is it that there's just not as much content as back in the day? Or could it be that there is so much content being given to us that we are spoiled and expect the same amount with every single update, every single game? I really do not know, but no matter what, obviously Halo being an extreme example, games just really do not feel all that complete nowadays. Next up, guys, games feel really, really broken. Again, I'm not trying to focus in too heavy on Halo, but this has been a big thing on Call of Duty, especially in Warzone, for like a long time, even before the release of Infinite. Either there's massive bugs in the game that take forever to get fixed, or there's a massive content update or a massive bug fix that breaks like 18 other things, and then you have to wait another 2 weeks, 3 months, or wait for the devs to come back from Christmas break to fix them, and that just feels really insane. Maybe I'm just such an elevated gamer now that I notice all of these bugs and I just focus too heavily on them and it makes the game less fun, but it just feels like there's always something really major broken. Obviously, this one is more the specific games I play being Call of Duty and Halo, because some games are pretty well-rounded and pretty on top of fixing things. But no matter where I go and no matter where I see people in the gaming landscape, it seems like there's always bugs, there's always things broken, and it seems like there's not a whole lot of things getting fixed in a timely manner. And next up, guys, a pretty bold take, I think. By no means am I saying this is how it is or this is how things are actually happening, but this is just how I, as a diehard player of games like Call of Duty and Halo, feel. It feels like developers do not listen to anybody, and it feels like they do not care at all. Again, this is just how it's kind of made to feel and seem. I'm sure this is not the way, but the perfect epitome of this is Call of Duty. Every single year, ranked play at start. We want ranked play at start. We want ranked play 2 months into the game. And then ranked does not proceed to come out until 5, 6, 7 months into the game, when the game is already seemingly losing attention, almost like they're disregarding what people actually want at launch of a game, just to save it and keep it in the back pocket so that they can release it when they want to, quote-unquote, bring some hype back to the game, which kind of ties into games feeling incomplete. But the point is here, it seems like no matter what fans are jumping up and down, screaming about, saying they want, it's like devs are completely like looking the other way and just disregarding some of that content. And again, I'm not saying this is actually how it is. I'm not saying every single developer and every single game seems like this, but in the games that I have been heavily focused on in the last 5 years of my gaming experience, guys, this is how it really feels, and I hate to say it for face value, it does seem to be that way. It seems like the focus can sometimes be more on perhaps store updates or packs with really cool cosmetics that they're trying to sell. You see this in Call of Duty when like the Snoop Dogg skin came out, and things like that. It seems like they're super hyper focused on making super cool customization packs that people want in game and focusing less on the actual player and the actual gameplay experience. And finally, guys, possibly the point I feel the strongest about, I feel like there's too high of levels of complacency in the gaming scene. And this kind of came up in my X Defiant video, guys. It feels like games like Call of Duty have been at the top of the FPS pyramid for way too long, with really zero competition, and they don't even feel a need to compete with themselves. Now, the best example I can give with this, guys, is in my personal experience, I loved Cold War. Me and the homies jumped on Cold War every single morning to play ranked play. It was a blast. We loved it. It was a great game, in our opinion, and we could not wait for the next game. Vanguard comes out. Pretty lackluster game. Again, didn't get ranked play till 6 or 7 months in, and just felt like a pretty bad game. Okay, I'm looking forward to the next game. Enter Modern Warfare 2. I'm not even going to get into it, but it did not feel like a great game, and it feels like Call of Duty got to a point where they're like, people are going to buy this game no matter what. Why are we going to try to make it better and try to improve it? Let's just cater to one specific group of people, make some amazing packs to get people to spend money on the game. Done. Wipe the hands off, put the product out, sell millions, make billions, and that's it. It feels like games are really complacent. It feels like games do not have a lot of competition. They just fall into their niche audience, produce the game, and go, yeah, they'll buy it no matter what's into it. When back in the day, it felt like everybody's trying to make these new groundbreaking mechanics, and they're trying to make, like, the next greatest thing since sliced bread. You see this a lot in, like, sports games. They try to add one little teeny tiny mechanic to make the same game every year feel a little bit interesting. But in reality, guys, I think it comes down to complacency. Games have zero competition in their genres anymore. They've built the pyramid so high, the skyscraper so high that nobody can reach them, and they know that, and they take advantage of it by putting out these lackluster games, these games with no groundbreaking mechanics, nothing that they try to impress with. Even the trailers for a lot of FPS games now don't even seem impressive. I remember when you'd see the trailer for the new Call of Duty, and you're straight up jumping up and down in your chair. You can't wait to see for this new game to come out. I don't even really get that effect anymore with, like, any games, I don't think, across any franchise. Again, I don't follow every single genre of gaming, so I could certainly be wrong. It could be the trench I've dug for myself in the FPS controller games. But I really do feel like games are complacent. There's not much competition. So everybody freaking out, hoping X Defiant gives some competition to COD. I really do hope it does, because a franchise like that needs some competition. These big developers need to be threatened by a little, like, smaller developer trying to make a game to beat them, because that is where things get cutthroat, that is where things get competitive, and that's where devs try their best to push out amazing games that run really well, that have this amazing content that is exactly what the fans are asking for, because you give the fans what they ask for, and they want to play your game, and it's as simple as that. And I really don't want to dive too much deeper into all of these points, because that's when I start to get kind of repetitive, guys. But the moral of the story here, guys, is gaming just does not feel as fun as it used to back in the day. And I'm not even talking back in the day when I'm like a little kid with nothing better to do except get on Xbox 360 and game with my friends. As recently as 3 years ago, I'd have lobbies of 6 to 12 just friends that I know personally getting on to play the same game, because that's the game that's hot at the time. Again, I think the last time I had that feeling was in Modern Warfare 2019 with Warzone and things like that. We had more people than we could fit into a lobby, and it was a blast, man. But gaming just doesn't feel like that now. It feels like people just get on, play whatever game they want to play, and they can't really be persuaded to do otherwise, and that doesn't feel very fun. And again, this has nothing to do with my recent Halo Infinite experience where the game feels repetitive. I still really love the game. I'm having fun on the game, but it just feels like the whole gaming landscape is pretty stale, pretty repetitive, pretty complacent, and I really do hope that we see some amazing changes in the near future, be it content updates, be it new games from these big franchises, or be it smaller franchises trying to make games to compete with the complacent big devs that built that skyscraper I talked about. But alrighty, guys, we're getting a little rambly now. Just wanted to share my piece. Now, it's not like this is a new idea by any means, guys. I've seen other YouTubers talk about gaming not feeling fun. Dr. Disrespect has gone on tangents about the gaming landscape just being so stale and so boring and saying there's nothing to play. I don't truly know the set reason for that, but it seems like a lot of people are feeling this way. So again, I've had this in the back of my head for probably years now, since I can't get any of my real life friends to play games with me anymore. I'm fortunate to have such an amazing community here on the channel that want to play Halo with me, because getting you guys in ranked lately and stuff has been so much fun, and it's brought like a new jolt of life for me in this game, just experiencing the game with so many like amazing people here in the community. So thank you guys for that. But anyways, that does it for this one. Gaming feels not very fun. I am still having fun. It just doesn't feel as fun as it did back in the day in my past, like, amazing memories. But anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel. We upload literally every day. We stream Halo 5 days a week. Tons of fun here on the channel. Leave a like on the video, guys. Leave a comment. Do you think gaming is as fun as it was back in the day, or does it in fact feel less fun, like I just laid out here in this video? And of course, guys, channel memberships, super thanks if you'd like to support me monetarily. It helps me out ever so much as a content creator, but please do not feel like you have to, guys. But alrighty, that's it from me. Video's long enough. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.